Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Episode 15 of the NY Yankee Dad podcast is brought to you by your Bronx dentist. Come and meet Dr. Rebby and his team at two convenient locations at the Throgs Neck and Norwood sections of the Bronx. Schedule your appointment today at yourbronxdentist.com. So, the 123rd season for the New York Yankees, historical historical and eventful weekend at the stadium on Thursday. Max Carlos Rodon took the mound. Max Fried made his debut yesterday. Marcus Stroman today. So the Yankees outscored the Milwaukee Brewers 36-14, 15 home runs, and that ties the 2006 Detroit Tigers for most home runs hit on the first opening three games, and a lot of crazy stats this weekend. Aaron Judge drove in 11 of those 36 runs. Four of those home runs came from the captain. Three yesterday, one today, and that first one yesterday was a mammoth shot. Oh my god! But Aaron Judge, we had a great time. Me, my wife, the kids, we had a great time. Family went yesterday to the stadium. It was beautiful, beautiful weather. Couldn't pass up going. It was just itching to go to the ballpark, and well worth it. The Yankees won yesterday 20-9, but opening day, Carlos Rodon 4-2. It was pretty much almost like a pitcher's duel compared to the two games yesterday and today. But Rodon and Freddie Peralta both had pretty good starts, racking up some strikeouts. Now the Yankee bullpen, pretty much all weekend, did a nice job. Devin Williams picked up his first save on opening day. It was a little shaky, but he did pick it up. But all in all, pretty much the bullpen was all right, pretty good. Yesterday we saw Carrasco come out of the bullpen. We're going to see him starting one of the games against the Diamondbacks coming up. But Carrasco gave up a few runs, but like we said, all in all, the bullpen did great. Um, with that being said, Boone was pushing all the right buttons. He had a different lineup every day. But Austin Wells opening day, first Yankee catcher to lead off with that 2-0 count. Boom, the high fastball. Austin Wells leads off with a home run. Goldschmidt led off yesterday with the home run. But it was unbelievable. I mean, the Yankees, little different look lineup every day. Austin Wells led off on Thursday. Goldschmidt led off Saturday and today. With Saturday and today, the one through six was the same yesterday and today. And just Boone just pushing all the right buttons. You can't really question the lineup choices at all. I mean, putting up 36 runs, it was just unbelievable. So yesterday the 20-run game, it was the back-to-back-to-back home runs. Goldie, Bellinger, and Judge on three straight pitches. It was three straight pitches. Um, Bedlam. It's March. It was March. March 29th, and it felt like it was an October game. It was. We were sitting in the bleachers yesterday. It was nice and rowdy. It was. It was a beautiful thing. Really, the kids had a blast. Everyone had a blast, and it was just something. One joking around, telling them, don't get used to seeing all these runs. 9 home runs yesterday. Don't get used to this. This is something that doesn't happen very often, and it was. Just a real, for a Yankee fan, a real eventful weekend with the, you know, everyone questioning now the torpedo bats that Volpe and Jazz are using, and I believe Austin Wells, who Ryan Hoke mentioned in his article today, and just very interesting. Just they're not the only ones using the bats, and just to explain it, the from what we were explained, it's the barrel of the bat is the same diameter of it doesn't go over. It's I wanted to say it was 2.6 inches for for the diameter of the bat. 2.61 inches and 42 inches in length, according to Rule 3.02. The Athletic put that up, and it says states that the bat can't be more than 2.61 inches in diameter and 42 inches in length. So when if you saw the graphic online, it was around X and on Instagram. Pretty much even seen it up on my story. All it is the barrel of the bat. The meat of the barrel is down by where the trademark is, and then it kind of thins out towards the top end of the barrel. And Major League Baseball, even Commissioner Rob Manfred came out, said it's legal. We saw Ryan Jeffers uses it. Nico Horner, and they didn't have the same results. I want to say Nico Horner only had a few hits this weekend. Ryan Jeffers had one, but the results, like Jazz Volpe the power helping him this weekend. Other than the homers, the batting average still's not there, but Volpe showing the pop. I mean, the whole team showing the pop, but Jazz killing it. He had two homers today. Yesterday he homered. It was just a barrage. Bronx Bombers, the boys bopping, but with with the barrels of the bat. So they said that Rob Manfred said, it's legal. So the Yankees have or had. He's now a member of the Miami Marlins staff. An MIT graduate named Lenny. Kevin Smith was talking about it. Kevin Smith was a member of the Yankees organization last year, and all they did was he came up with this idea to move the barrel of the bat down by the trademark. Was hitters like Anthony Volpe and Jazz Chisholm kept getting kind of in on their hands, almost, if you want to say, missing a little bit, and using that sports science type of idea. I mean, it's, to me, genius. It's absolutely genius. And these hitters who have tendencies where they hit on their hands, it's just the construction of the bat. The barrel is just a little down further, and for certain guys, I mean, I remember back in the day, it was around like 1997, 1998, and even Jack Curry was talking about it today. The use of maple bats. Now I remember Barry Bonds used the maple bat, but and one of a few guys. But Jack was saying in the pregame today, it was 1997. Joe Carter used a maple bat, and I remember even the big thing was the barrels at the top of the barrel of the bat, making it the cups a little. It was like a cup on the top of the barrel of the bat, but that was a big thing. And no one used maple bats. It was all that wood ash type of bat, but that was back. And then in 1998 they were sanctioned, okay, in the rule book, but they weren't. But it was very, very different. And now the designs of the bats, the handles are different. But this torpedo bat, it falls under the ramifications of a bat that's okay, according to Rule 3.002. And the Yankees aren't the only team using it. Just this weekend, the barrage, 15 home runs the Yankees hit, and 9 of those 15 were yesterday. Um, franchise record 20 franchise record 9 home runs in one game. They said they did it back in 7 home runs back. It was either 7 or 8 home runs back in '07. And without looking it up, I was trying to remember today. And yeah, be honest, I don't really remember the Yankees doing that, but back then. But they did it, and just to get to this series here. To just spill off some of the stats. So it was 34 hits, 15 home runs, 16 walks, and a 3.33 average. It, you would think the 36 runs for the major league record for first three games of the season. the 1954 Cubs had 41 runs, and the 1978 Brewers scored 40. But the Yankees putting up 36 this first 3 games of the season. So off day tomorrow, then 3 games against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then in those games, you have Will Warren going up against Corbin Burns, Carlos Rodon versus Zach Gallen, and Carlos Cookie Carrasco getting the start versus Merrill Kelly. So we'll see, how the bullpen is going to be managed. And like we said, the bullpen looked really good this weekend, but you can, probably start to see some guys, maybe eat some innings here. But you know, with this series versus the Brewers, yeah, and we saw our old friend Nesta come yesterday. I mean, with with the barrage of homers the Yankees had yesterday, it was just really feeling bad for Nesta. But looking, being in the ballpark, sitting in the bleachers, with the kids, I always I'm a little crazy. Like I go back and I'll watch the condensed game on my phone just to kind of see, because let's be real, you don't really see, when you're in the ballpark, depending on where you're sitting, you can't really, tell, per se. And the three pitches, the back to back to back. I mean, poor Nesta. I mean, the 3 pitches they had nothing, and a lot of people joking around like you had like a shake agreement for the Yankees, like that. If he got traded, oh my god, that he was going to give them meatballs, but he really nothing on those pitches. I know. No, it's early in the season now. Usually, usually early in the season like this, in the past, the pitchers used to have the advantage, but now hitters definitely, Yankees definitely, advantage the Yankees this weekend. You see the offense is up. Definitely the offense is up, and even the Diamondbacks today. Diamondbacks put up 8 runs, 8 runs in the eighth inning. But speaking about runs, the Yankees, gave up some runs yesterday. And what stuck out to me, when I was watching, rewatching the condensed game, the 5 errors the Yankees had yesterday. Now they didn't, have the same type of game. The second game of the season wasn't the same as opening day, the first game of the season. Now, the Yankees made 5 errors on Thursday. Probably wouldn't have been, the result that we had, result that we had on Thursday, the 4-2 win. Now, the five errors are easily masked with the barrage and output of runs here, but pretty much we're all kind of scarred a little bit from last year. It wasn't as bad as and impactful as the World Series, but it's one of those things. And Paul O'Neill said, these are things you can't, you're not going to be able to get away with every day. And today, different story. The defense was the defense was definitely much better today, much more sound. Bellinger made the nice run and catch earlier, but much more sound. I mean, the one of the errors yesterday for Pablo Reyes, not the throwing error, the fielding error. The ball was kicked kind of hard, but it is a play that has to be made. Volpe had the throwing error. That's one of those that he probably could have ate it, and then he makes up for it today with that sparkling play up the middle, where he was falling down to his back. It was hit so hard he was able to get up and throw him out at first. And Goldie making some tags. Saved a couple other throwing errors. Goldie doing his thing. And let's talk about Bo Goldschmidt in the leadoff spot. I mean, never done it before. Um, he said, in all his years of playing, never let off professionally, and didn't hit like that. The first pitch he sees, Nestor Cortez, and then today he had 3 hits. Just really doing damage. Leadoff spot from the 4 spot opening day. Just Goldschmidt was kind of some of us, including myself, kind of questioning the Paul Goldschmidt signing. And I know it's 3 games into the season. The season's just starting, but this is someone who like Judge, had a real bad start to his season last season. And right now, coming out of the gate, Paul Goldschmidt really looking good. Now, another thing that interests me from this weekend is, Rodon had his nice start. Rodon had a nice start. He went 5 and a third on opening day, but with his 7 strikeouts. Freed and Stroman both lasted 4.4 and 2/3 innings, and probably Stroman maybe could have stayed in. Freed possibly, but the bullpen came, got the job done both times. But the errors yesterday didn't help Freed. He even had, there was even the error and the miscommunication of with him covering. But just things that have to be cleaned up. And today they did clean them up. We saw Dominguez DH'd on Saturday. And then on opening day and today he came out early for a defensive replacement. So the Yankees came out early with the lead. The Yankees, um, are they not going to let it seems like they're not going to let it come down to a mistake, coming in the field, coming down to, Jason. And, at this point, why not, ease him into it, into the left field role. I mean, from watching him in person, remember we talked, in past episodes, I talked about how I like to, watch, guys in person, and see Jason. Um, Not that, he looks like a bad fielder when you watch him in person, but little unsettled here and there. But he's it's raw talent in the outfield. And let's be real, he hasn't had even the reps throughout the minor leagues, just with the innings, and learning left field, a little bit different. The ball comes at you differently, but he's been making the plays so far. Hasn't had much action out towards him, but he did come out defensive replacement, and he did DH one of the days. Ben Rice had DH'd today. Benny just blasting the ball, still hitting the ball hard, keeping the theme going from spring training. Had the home run in the second deck today, so I expect, even with the good news, we'll get to the injury news, but there was somewhat good news with Giancarlo Stanton. But I'd expect we see more Ben Rice. And with today and yesterday, the 1 through 6 being the same, and the offense really clicking. You had Goldschmidt leading off, Bellinger second, Judge third, Jazz cleaning up, really doing his thing. Volpe hitting the ball hard, and Wells batting sixth. I mean, Wells did damage from the leadoff spot. Not so much from Wells and Volpe today. Not so much from Wells and Volpe today, but all in all, the offense did plenty of damage this weekend. I don't know, how much, are we going to see Pablo Reyes, at third base again? We'll probably see him again against a lefty, but with the upcoming matchups, it's going to be interesting. I mean, off day tomorrow, Corbin Burns, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly. So, Yankees come after a weekend like this, and the Diamondbacks, splitting with the Cubs. After a weekend like this, it's going to be interesting. Yankees coming up, I should say, against three solid pitches. But just a great weekend for the Yanks. Fun weekend for even myself. We had just busy fun filled weekend. Good friend of mine got married on Friday. You probably saw a couple of the pictures that I posted on there. And Saturday, bringing the kids to the game, bringing to the ballpark, and it was the perfect. Couldn't ask for more. The perfect day, really. Weather-wise, it's just I mean, obviously, witnessing history. It's just unbelievable, really unbelievable. It was fun, even fun to witness with the kids, and with all, I mean, all the home runs, and just finding out even today, Cody Bellinger's blast, which was like kind of right next to us, but over our heads, was his career best, 451 feet. I mean, it was a real blast. Poor Nesta, really poor Nesta. But I mean, for the Yankees, and just what could you ask more? Outscoring the Brewers 36-14. I mean, we you can just go back. You can look at all the highlights. You can just see it's just unbelievable how locked in Aaron Judge is. I'm looking just how Judge had his 11 RBIs, um, and just how slow his spring training. Really, some people are even worried about Aaron Judge, of how he's going to come out and start, and to put out a barrage like this, and everyone getting crazy with the torpedo bats. It's just it's a fun time, after the way the season ended last year, and the way it's beginning now. And even on opening day, I know Juan Soto had his redemption game too. He homered, but Josh Hader striking him out on opening day. It was just it was a fun filled weekend for a Yankee fan. I know, we've have our good times, we have our bad times, but when there's these are good times. These are things you should enjoy. Open a weekend like this, and the weather like we had, and two different days. Today kind of felt like winter, but enjoy it because there's an off day tomorrow, and then we'll see. You know, New series against the Diamondbacks. It'll be a completely different story, and we'll see what happens. And off, like we said, off day tomorrow, and then Yankees play that 3-game set. And real interesting. The first three series are interleague matchups, because the Yankees play the Pittsburgh Pirates after that, after the 3-game set against the Diamondbacks. But just from injury news and notes that we heard, Ian Hamilton made a rehab appearance, and he's set to throw again on Wednesday, according to Meredith Marakovitz. Giancarlo Stanton had those PRP injections in both of his elbows, and he's actually they took well, according to everything they're telling us, that they took well, and he's actually swinging indoors off the Traject machine, which is it's a computerized machine that kind of replicates different pitches, all different pitches throughout the league. So it's a pitcher machine that replicates the pitch movement, the pitch shapes, everything. So there's still no timetable for John Carlos Stanton's return, but that's definitely good news. And Clark Schmidt is supposed to throw again next week, so we're moving in the right direction there for Clark. But really, definitely good news on Giancarlo Stanton now. If and when Giancarlo comes back, the lineup and the roster shakes out, all each and every different way, and we'll see where we are when we get there. But it'll be real interesting, to see what happens when Big G is set to come back. But that's great news, that we received on from the injury front, because we know going into the season, the Yankees, it was pretty much all doom and gloom up until yesterday. Um, I mean, yeah, they won opening day, but yesterday was just a barrage. I mean, just unbelievable. It was like a blur, really. The game really like a blur, but we still can't get lost with the 5 errors. Like we said, we're definitely concerning. But today there was a lot of nice plays being made. Jazz, Volpe, Bellinger. Um, Plays, different. The way they were base running was very good today. They had that, the little blips of small ball, not just the home run ball coming at you. There was plenty of home runs this weekend, definitely. But today, definitely the way they played today, in my opinion, definitely made up. You know, definitely made up for the 5 error Saturday, which was really the only if the only thing that was concerning from that game. But it just did stick with me what Paul O'Neill said, that if it was was such a close game, it's something really the outcome could have been completely different. So that's something the Yankees that do need to clean up. But 3 games, 3 different lineups. So I'll be very very interested to see what they're going to be looking like. Are we going to see Judge in the 2 hole, in the 3 hole? If you ask me, Bellinger 2, Judge 3, even Goldie leadoff right now. I mean, that 1 through 3, 1 through 4 with Jazz, Goldie, Bellinger, Judge, Jazz. Right now, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch that. I mean, maybe we'll see Wells leading off, but right now I wouldn't touch it. But who am I to question what Aaron Boone's going to be doing after 36 runs scored first weekend? We'll see how everything shapes out here. Very very interested to see how Will Warren's going to come out against Corbin Burns. Um, really hope Willie has a nice showing and better. I think it'll be better for him, especially at home. But be real nice, not to ask too much from him, but come out with a nice start here. Rodon goes up against Gallen and Carlos Carrasco. We'll see how we'll see how the bullpen shakes out. We saw Ryan Yarbrough, Brett Hedrick, Johandris Gomez, Fernando Cruz, Mark Leiter was magnificent. Tim Hill was magnificent this weekend. We saw Weave. Devin Williams was a little shaky, so that next outing, like to see him come out, boom, 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 like we know we can, just to, the Brewers broadcast was saying, all the years he was there, they never heard the crowd boo him, but that's just how Yankee is. We do Yankee Stadium is. We do it in love. I mean, I wasn't there for opening day, but meaning as a fan, we do it because it's like, come on, we know what your full potential is, and so much better than that. But it's just the way it is, the old Bronx cheer. And then, I mean, I am guilty of doing it, here and there to certain players, but a lot of people have their certain feelings about it. But hey, that's Yankee Stadium. It's just a different animal. But great weekend, great weekend to be a Yankee fan. Off day tomorrow, and nice series, really nice series coming up against the Diamondbacks. Premier pitches coming in. So the tale of this weekend, could it be really different? And Diamondbacks coming in somewhat hot. Eugenio Suarez. I don't want to forget about it. Eugenio Suarez, didn't do much today, but for coming into today, he had 4 home runs himself. And so Eugenio was red hot, and they scored 8 runs in the eighth inning, came back to win. So we'll see how it plays out. Yankees, Yankees starting off with their looking like their hair's on fire, and you got players around the league. You see guys like Rafael Devers really struggling, but we're 3 games in of a 162 game season. So strap in and get along for the ride, because every day could be different. But the Yankees are scorching red hot right now, and let's see if this can keep going here. I'll talk to you guys. Have a great night. God bless, and as always, go Yankees. I'll talk to you guys.